Hello. So today I wanted to create a supplemental video to help those of you who are learning at home understand these atomic models and how we can create models and use models to learn more about atoms. So make sure, first of all, that you guys understand these definitions for valence electrons, inner shell electrons, and energy levels. If I use the atom builder simulation that I showed you in the previous video, let's say, for example, that we're building an atom of sodium. So according to the periodic table, there are 11 protons in sodium. So on my slider, I'm going to move it over to 11 protons. Now, if we have 11 protons and we have a neutral atom, we need the same number of electrons as protons. So I'm going to add in 11 electrons. Now for neutrons, the ratio is going to be close to 1 to 1 because it's a small atom. So I'm going to try 11 or 12 neutrons. It looks like 12 neutrons makes this a stable nucleus, a stable atom. Okay, now in addition to creating this picture, I want to show you how you guys use this picture to fill out this table on your Google Doc, because this Google Doc is one of your assessments this week. It's one of the things that you guys will need to turn in for a grade. So here's sodium, and if we look, the number of protons we had was 11. So in my table, I'm going to write down that there are 11 protons. We look in the simulation and there are 11 electrons. So I'm going to write down 11 electrons. Okay. Now remember, the valence electrons is the highest energy level, the electrons that are in this highest ring. So if you guys look carefully, you can see that there are 1, 2, 3 energy levels in the sodium atom. And we're trying to count the valence electrons, or the ones in the highest level, the biggest ring. Well, if I look, it seems like there's only one valence electron here. There's only one electron that's at the highest level. So I'm going to put in this table that there's one valence electron. That's how you fill in the table on your Google Doc. And then for the number of energy levels, we're going to count the number of rings. So I'm going to count the number of rings here. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 rings in this picture. So I'm going to state that there are 3 energy levels. Okay. Now, in addition to filling out this table, I want you guys to think about how this relates to the properties we observed in the video. Okay. Hopefully you guys saw a pattern with how these alkali metals reacted with air and how they reacted with water when you watch the videos on your lesson. Okay. Don't skip the videos, because you guys need to understand that there are patterns in the periodic table. So it's essential that you guys watch these videos, okay? Again, if you can't find the videos, if you go to Canvas course, here are the videos for October 12th and 13th. This video right here, okay? This is also the previous video that I made to show you how to use the simulation. Again, I'm just trying to provide resources so you guys really understand what's going on here. Notice the patterns that you see in this video with the alkali metals, okay? Once you finish the videos and the observations, once you finish this definitions and this table, the next thing you guys are going to do are move on to the next lesson and do the same thing. You're going to do some Google research to figure out the state of each one of these elements. So when I mean state, I mean liquid, solid, or gas. Is sodium a liquid, solid, or gas at room temperature? So do a quick Google search to research that, or you can look in the videos and the articles to see what is the state of matter. In the second column, you guys are going to look at the videos that are hyperlinked on this Google Doc, and you're going to type your description right below the hyperlink in this same box. So type your answers, what you see in the videos, right here in this same space when you're describing the properties of these elements, okay? Notice that this is a period. These are all period 3 elements. In other words, they're all in the same horizontal row on our periodic table. These elements up here were all in the same vertical column. They were in a group, and this group is called the alkali metals. It's group 1. So these are observations of the properties of period 3 elements. So again, fill in this table using your research just describe one other property of sodium, aluminum, sulfur, and chlorine. One other thing that each one of these atoms do. Okay, another property that we can observe. And again, you can do just a quick Google search for those other observations, or you can look in the video for a second observation of these elements. Okay, then you're going to complete this table the exact same way that you did in the previous table using this atom builder simulation. So again, I use sodium as an example. It has 11 protons, 11 electrons, 1 valence electrons, and 3 energy levels. You're going to do the same thing for aluminum, sulfur, and chlorine. You guys can use a periodic table that you look up online to look at the atomic numbers for each one of these elements to figure out the number of protons, okay? So I will attach to my email message a periodic table, or you guys can use one online in another browser, whatever's easiest for you. So fill in this second table about the period 3 elements. Then there are 1, 2, 3, 4 questions that you guys need to answer at the end of this Google Doc. Okay, so make sure you answer all 4 of these questions, thinking about how the periodic table is organized, thinking about the properties of the groups, the vertical columns on the periodic table, and the properties of the periods, the horizontal rows. Which has similar properties? Is it the vertical columns, the groups, or is it the periods, the horizontal rows? Okay, look at the models and think about what you learned. What are the patterns from the data in these data tables? What is similar? What is different? How can the atomic structure, the way the atom looks, relate to its properties, what the atom does? Okay, this question says which subatomic particle is used to identify the atom. So just write in your answer, a proton, neutron, or electron here on the blank. And then the last thing is to explain how the modern periodic table is organized. Construct an explanation for the phenomena observed in both lessons. Use the words group and period. Your explanation should describe the behavior of valence electrons. So think about what you learned in this example and think about how properties are grouped, how they're similar. What is it in the atom that's responsible for these properties? Okay, think about what's similar, the vertical columns or the horizontal rows. Okay, so make sure you answer 1, 2, 3, 4, all of these questions at the bottom. And then when you go to submit your assignment, you're going to go back to Canvas. And if you go to the home page, it's this second link here, or you can use this link in our assessment column. Remember, this column is always going to be the assignments that are graded and go on gradebook. This column is always going to be the Nearpod lessons and the notes that we use to learn the content, okay? So notice one of the things that are graded that's going to go on gradebook is this Explore. How is the periodic table organized? If I click on this link, what you are submitting here is a file upload. So when you go to submit this assignment, you're going to complete this file, this Google Doc that you've completely finished. You're going to upload that to Canvas and submit it through this link, okay, where it says explore how is the periodic table organized, periods. Use this assignment page to upload your Google Doc, okay? It's due on the 16th, but just keep in mind, folks, you guys can always turn things in before Friday. So I also wanted to clarify that these are always the assignments that are due by Friday, but you're welcome to start working on them before Friday, okay? If you're feeling overwhelmed, you need to manage your time so that you have enough time to complete both of these assignments, because the second assignment that's going to be due is this week 8 assessment. It's a Canvas quiz. Okay, so that's just a little bit of clarification on our Friday assignments, is that these assignments will be posted every Friday for the following week. Okay, and you have an entire week to be working on this assignment, so you don't have to put everything off until Friday. You can be starting it whenever you are ready to start your chemistry content for this class. Okay, so don't just put it off to Friday if you're feeling overwhelmed. Space out your time, work on things a little bit at a time throughout the week so that you're not spending tons and tons of time on Friday on assessments. You should be working on stuff and completing the stuff as you get it finished. So that will help manage your time a little bit better. Okay, I hope this video helped to clarify some of the expectations for this week and hope to clarify what it is that you guys are doing. As always, please reach out through email if you guys have questions, if you need help. It's getting towards the end of the term. So if you need to set up a Google Meet with me, or if you need some one-on-one tutoring, or even if you want to come in person, wear your mask and come into school, I'm more than willing to help you guys figure out chemistry and figure out how to do these assignments and learn things you need to learn and get all your work turned in before the end of the term. Okay, so please reach out to me if you need some help, if you need some extra support, and I will be more than willing to help answer your questions. Have a great week. We'll see you.